This is the Stylish Wellness Podcast with me, Sarah Banks. Hello, amazing women, and welcome back to the Stylish Wellness Podcast. This week's episode continues the theme of a capsule wardrobe, specifically this week, a Christmas capsule wardrobe, as we are approaching the Christmas and holiday season. You know that moment when you open your wardrobe before a party, a Christmas party, a holiday party, and you think, I really have nothing to wear. Well, you're seriously not alone in that. But here's the thing, and I think we all know this deep down, the answer is not to buy more. It's normally to create more with what you already have. I've been reading some of the comments in forums and groups about capsule wardrobes, and it is a subject that is of interest to many women. I mean, the fact that there are groups and forums on this subject, the capsule wardrobe, is an indication in itself that there's interest in it. And those groups and forums are really active. There are lots of comments, recent activity, all those indicators that the subject is alive and well. And there is a lot of discussion in these groups and forums about having the right clothes to wear, enough clothes to wear, the right combination of clothes to wear, how to put clothes together. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed standing in front of a closet full of clothes, but still feeling that you couldn't find something that feels and looks right, you're not alone, and this episode is for you. The idea of the capsule wardrobe is to capture the essence of who you are. It's not to dumb down who you are in any way and to reduce your life to its smallest essence so that you yourself are actually squeezed out of your own life because you've just reduced yourself to this element of a few clothes and that's all you can wear. One comment that I read on one of the forums was, anyone here actually stuck with a capsule wardrobe long term? Worth it? Or just limiting? This question, I think, gets right to the heart of it. Is a capsule wardrobe freedom or frustration? I absolutely loved this comment. It highlights what so many women are thinking. Is it worth it or is it limiting? And also, I was really intrigued by the stuck with comment, as if having a capsule wardrobe is something to be endured until such a time when it becomes worth it. So let's take a step back for a moment about capsule wardrobes. Firstly, a capsule wardrobe, or the idea of a capsule wardrobe, is that it is a certain selection of clothes which you wear. Very straightforward. And the implication is that you don't wear other clothes or that you reduce your choices to that selection of clothes. When you think about the clothes that you wear on an everyday basis, even if you haven't intentionally created a capsule wardrobe for yourself, the chances are that you have restricted yourself in some way. Most women don't wear all the clothes in their wardrobes on a regular basis. So if that's you, then you have already restricted what you wear for whatever reason. You may be bored of your clothes, they're really old but you can't bear to throw them away, you've gained or lost weight and they no longer fit you. So that's an unintentional way of restricting your clothing choices. It's like an unintentional capsule wardrobe, if you like. So here's something that many women never realise. You might already have a capsule wardrobe. It's just an accidental one. An intentional way of restricting your clothing choices is to ask yourself what you want to wear, how you feel about yourself, and how you want to portray yourself to the outside world. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to show up as? One lady in one of the chats I was reading said that she basically had a certain number of skirts and tops that she wore in the summer and a certain number of skirts and tops that she wore in the winter. And that's when it hit me. So many women think capsule means boring, but a true capsule wardrobe isn't about less. It's about more of what you love, more clarity, more confidence, more compliments. This seems very dull for that poor lady, don't you think? She did sort of admit that in the chat, and it seems that much of her clothing choice was around the feelings that she had about her body shape and how much she could cover up. And then in the same link further on, the chat was also about FOMO, fear of missing out, around seasonal items and clothes coming into the shops that seem so attractive. And I thought about the FOMO factor, because who hasn't felt that tug when the new season drops and there are all those lovely clothes in the shops and the windows have been changed and the outfits look amazing when they're put together. But the thing is, when you've curated your wardrobe with intention, you no longer need to chase trends because you're choosing them. And that feeling that you get when you look in a shop window and they've changed the display and there are lovely new outfits shown in a different way and you feel inspirational, that's the feeling that you should have when you go to your own wardrobe. I was tempted to comment at this point in the chat that I was reading in the forum and point out that if on the one hand you're restricting yourself to what sounds like an extremely boring selection of clothes, and on the other hand you feel a bit of FOMO when new season's clothes are in the shops, then maybe you want to rethink your wardrobe strategy. I mean, where's the passion and the love for what you're wearing in all of that? And I was thinking about it and how to describe your wardrobe and your clothes. And I feel like your wardrobe should feel like a love letter to yourself, not a checklist of shoulds, cans, can'ts, wants, whatever. You should open your doors and it should just feel like this most loving embrace. Because the thing is that the point of a capsule wardrobe is not to restrict yourself to a dull selection of clothes that you'll be bored by within days. For instance, those capsule wardrobe selections on Pinterest where you see the images, on the pins, and there are 35 items and 11 of them are leggings in a different colour. I mean, I've got nothing against leggings, but 11 out of 35 sounds crazy pants. You could create an entire work capsule wardrobe out of 11 items and feel and look amazing every day and not go near a repeated item, which is quite dull. I mean, you can build on leggings, can't you? They're like a great foundational item, but would you really want 11 in a capsule wardrobe? I mean, really? A capsule wardrobe or collection should capture the essence of who you are and how you want to appear in any given context. So you could have a work capsule wardrobe and you could have a weekend capsule wardrobe. And the fact that they are capsule wardrobes or capsule collections doesn't mean that they need to be restrictive. You could have a capsule wardrobe that sits within the context of your entire wardrobe, but which is a distillation of what your desires are for how you want to look in a given period of time or in a given context. So I'm not saying if you have a capsule wardrobe that you have to throw all your other clothes out. Like, is it Millie Molly Mandy, that book? I read it when I was a child, Millie Molly Mandy. I think she had one dress for the summer and one dress for the winter. And I always thought that was a really amazing thing. One beautiful dress for this season, one beautiful dress for that season. But that's really impractical with our lives because we have so many versions of ourselves that are existing at any one time. So I do understand that idea that how could you create a capsule wardrobe of, say, 7 items and just restrict yourself to that? But of course, what a capsule wardrobe is about, as I'm telling you now, is it's about curation. So if you want a work capsule wardrobe of 7 items and a weekend capsule wardrobe of 5 items, then you should be doing that, because the intention of a capsule wardrobe is to curate your clothes in such a way that when you open the wardrobe, you know exactly what you're going to wear and you look forward to wearing it. And like I've said, you open the wardrobe and it's like a love letter to yourself. So, to use another example, you could create your spring capsule wardrobe, and that could be a selection of 7 to 10 items that you are going to intentionally wear in spring. They are items and outfits that you are intentionally curating for that period of time. Spring is quite a good one actually to create because you're coming out of winter and then going into summer, so you're dressing for that variation in weather and temperature, and quite often it's quite hard to choose what to wear because the temperature is variable, the weather is variable. So if you are organised in advance and create a spring wardrobe that has a suit in it and a pair of trousers, but also a dress for warmer days so that you are catering to most eventualities, you will totally have nailed your wardrobe. And then you feel great, you feel calm because you're in control of yourself. You're organised, you look amazing, and that's such an amazing place to be in. And the other point about that is that your clothes will be working for you. The clothes in our wardrobe should work for us. They are an investment and we should expect a return. Think of it like this. Your wardrobe is one of the few investments that pays you back in confidence, style, every single day. That sounds like a very clinical corporate relationship with your garments in your wardrobe, but it is worth considering for a second. You have invested time in searching out those items and money in buying them. With other purchases in our life, we would expect some value from that transaction, and it should be the same with clothes. I think that's why I'm mostly against the whole fast fashion movement. On the one hand, I admire it because the undertaking of getting those garments designed, manufactured and into the shops is admirable. And the shops themselves are a really pleasant environment. But on the other hand, it potentially undermines the relationship that we can have with our clothes and therefore with ourselves. So take the example of food. You shop at your normal supermarket and then a new supermarket opens up that is really cheap. Well, that has sort of happened, hasn't it, with the rise of stores like Aldi and Lidl. Anyway, this really cheap food store opens and you start shopping there. But because the food is so cheap, you don't mind if you don't eat it, if it goes to waste. You'll just buy more next time you go to the shop. So you just throw away the food that you don't eat that's gone rotten and go and get some more. Aside from the questions around, is that a really great way to be custodian of this earth, that a lot of money is invested in getting you your cheap food and then you waste it? It's not helping your relationship with food. You're not appreciating food, the taste, the seasonal growth of produce. And for all that cheap food wasted, maybe you should just have bought organic and it would have come out at the same price and you would have had an elevated eating opportunity. Similarly, with fast fashion, you can throw something away, give it away, or never even wear it. I mean, how many times have I heard or you heard in conversations about how many items women have in their wardrobes that have still got the tags on? It can be such a false saving. Invest in yourself. Don't regard yourself as throwaway. Anyway, I'm starting to digress here. So let's get back to the capsule wardrobe idea. It's such a great concept and there are so many upsides to it. It's not enough to say just choose 7 items or 35 items, 11 of which are leggings. The idea of the capsule wardrobe is that it is curated. It's not randomly chosen and it's not the idea is not to sort of choose a number of items and then just throw loads of clothes in and think that is your capsule wardrobe. It's a distillation of your style. It's a beautiful selection of fantastic clothes. It's something that you look forward to wearing. It can be changed. It is adaptable. You can have more than one capsule wardrobe at any time. It's a way of planning your garments and getting them to work for you. And that is why I decided to create this idea of the Christmas Capsule Wardrobe. Because let's be honest, the holiday season has its own wardrobe pressures and all the other pressures as well. The office drinks, the family dinner, the last minute party invite, the scurry for a babysitter, all of that. But what if, I thought to myself, instead of panicking, you already had the perfect outfit waiting? It started a while ago with the Luke's Christmas Wardrobe Blueprint, which is the course I created to help you create your own Christmas capsule wardrobe. And it was a written course. You followed it as a written course with course outlines and it was printed up and everything. But this year, I'm going to run it much more as a sort of workshop style class. So this class, well, it's a course really, is run over a number of days. It's part planning, part transformation, and a lot of, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I already owned that. Or, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I could put that item with that item and they look great together. So the class takes you through the process step by step of creating a holiday season collection of clothes that will take you from now really right to early January. I know from talking to clients, colleagues and friends how often we have this intention of having the right outfit to wear for every occasion around Christmas, whether it's a drinks party, dinner, a New Year's Eve party or even Christmas Day. We love the idea of dressing for the occasion. Because dressing beautifully isn't vanity, it's identity. And when your wardrobe mirrors who you want to be, that's when you step into true elegance, into being truly yourself. You know that feeling where just one day you put on an outfit and you feel like yourself, and you look in the mirror and you just think, you know what, I look great today. It feels quite random, it feels quite fleeting, because there are all those other times where you look in the mirror and think, I'll brush my hair, this will be fine for today, all that kind of thing. But the thing is that we can create a capsule wardrobe where you will feel like that every single time that you get dressed in the really busy, silly season of the holidays and Christmas. And I think that this idea of having a great time and what you're going to wear having that great time is inextricably tied together for so many of us, isn't it? And so this idea of creating a specific Christmas or holiday capsule wardrobe is to help bridge that connection between an event or a specific period of time and how you feel and how you want to look. Because what you wear affects your mood. That's what enclosed cognition is all about, is this idea that what you wear affects not only your mood, but even deeper than that, what you wear also affects your perceived ability, your own perceived ability to undertake a task or piece of work. I think most women just don't know or don't realise that your clothes can literally change how your brain functions. That is enclosed cognition. It's a term that psychologists use, but we could just call it everyday magic. Because the thing is, you put those clothes on and you become that woman. It's really amazing. And then paying attention to what you wear and being really intentional about it is really important for your self-esteem, for your self-confidence, and for generally feeling good about yourself. Creating a capsule wardrobe for yourself isn't just about good organisation, it's also about nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. And because this is a capsule wardrobe workshop, and specifically for Christmas, it takes place over a limited period of time. So you have a specific investment of time, but then the exponential realization of the benefits and the upsides to that investment. So what I'm basically saying is, it's a small concentrated period of time that you need to just put aside from all your everyday activities and everything else that you're doing, and just come and spend some time with me and go through with me the step-by-step process that I will show you of how to create your perfect for you Christmas holiday capsule wardrobe. But the upside to that investment is that once you're done with that time, you will know what you're going to wear. And so the weeks that are to come until early New Year and beyond, of course, because the strategies and what I will show you can be applied to the way that you dress in particular. So I'm going to give you fundamental ideas for how you get dressed on a daily basis, but we're applying it specifically to Christmas, to this intense period of time where we want to look our best and have a really amazing time and have that wardrobe that matches that desire. Something that is really great fun about a Christmas capsule wardrobe is that you get to experiment with yourself, with your style and your thoughts about yourself in quite a daring way. You're creating a selection of clothes for yourself, for times of great fun, of parties, of business events, seeing friends and family. So you get to be creative with what you want to wear on Christmas Day, what you want to wear when you're getting in the car to visit family, what you want to wear on New Year's Eve, for example. So for me, my Christmas holiday wardrobe, for me, it's actually going to start. So I'm in the UK and we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving in the way that you do in the States. But my Christmas holiday wardrobe will actually start for me on the 4th of December. I've got a Christmas lunch party that I'm going to. I'm really excited about it. And then on the 5th of December, I have dinner. I'm just thinking about my diary. On the 5th of December, I have dinner with 2 of my female cousins. I don't live near them, but I'll be travelling for the lunch party. And then, so we're going out on the Friday evening, we're having dinner together. And then on the Saturday, I've got Christmas drinks party. And then on the Sunday, we've got friends for lunch. And then we're going to a carol concert. So I want to know that my wardrobe is ready. I want to know that I've got this great skirt. I'll take a photograph of it actually and pop it into either a newsletter or put it on social media. It's this taffeta skirt that I created from a ball dress that I had many years ago. And I really love the fabric. It's quite Christmassy. So I made a skirt out of it. And it's great fun because I can dress it up with high heels or dress it down with boots. And I want to know that weekend I'm going to be wearing that skirt at a couple of events, and I want to know what I'm going to wear it with and the jewellery that I'm going to wear it with. And that skirt is going to form an integral part of my Christmas capsule wardrobe. So I'm planning all those ideas together. So because it's the holiday season, we're able to incorporate clothes, jewellery and other accessories that you probably wouldn't include in the new year, say, when we work on an early new year capsule wardrobe for you. It's just such a great specific time of year where we can be creative. Of course, you might also want to create a more relaxed Christmas capsule wardrobe if your holiday season is also going to incorporate family walks, dog walks, a weekend away in the country, a city break, a quiet Christmas at home, a family holiday with extended family in a rented property, which lots of people do these days, then we can also work on that. What I have found in doing this work for myself, and also having designed and made clothes for many private clients over the years and helped them with their wardrobe planning, is that the investment in yourself of time and money saves you time and money. Plus, you get the added benefits of the peace and calm of knowing that you are organised and looking your best, which inevitably leads, or most often leads, to you having a great holiday. I know holidays can be stressful. We all want to have a great time and enjoy being with each other, but it can be stressful. And holidays are sometimes not what we want to experience. We may be on our own, we may be with family who stress us out massively. But actually, turning up each day, dressed and ready, looking your best, having planned what to wear, is such a great antidote and protection against those stressful times. You know that feeling when you walk into a room dressed and ready and somehow everything feels easier. You speak more clearly, you're calmer, you handle things, even awkward family moments, with more grace. This isn't just imagination, there is psychology behind it. When you plan what to wear and show up looking put together, you're doing more than getting dressed. You're activating a quiet form of self-regulation. It's the sense of control that says, I'm prepared. I've got this. I've said this before, and I'll say it now. What every well-dressed woman knows is that elegance isn't about more clothes. It's about having more clarity. Actually, what I generally say is that style isn't innate, it can be learnt. And then, of course, I say, and I can teach you. Psychologists have found, and you have probably experienced this for yourself, that when we feel in control of our environment, even in small ways, our brains release fewer stress hormones. So planning your outfit ahead of time doesn't just save minutes in the morning, it gives you a subtle emotional shield for the day ahead. There's also something called embodied cognition. So we've talked about enclothed cognition, but embodied cognition is essentially how you hold your body affects how you feel. When you're dressed in clothes that fit well and feel good, you naturally stand taller, move with more intention, and signal confidence to yourself and to others. Your clothes become part of your posture, part of your strength. And in addition to that, when what you wear reflects what you want to be or who you want to show up as, your inner world aligns with your outer world. That's called identity congruence, a fancy way of saying I'm showing up as my best self. And when your appearance matches your vision of yourself, you feel grounded, calm, and capable. And of course, you look amazing. This is one of the hidden benefits of a capsule wardrobe. By choosing fewer pieces you truly love, you eliminate the daily decision fatigue that chips away at confidence. Instead, you start each day from a place of clarity and control, two things that make stressful moments so much easier to handle. So, when the holidays arrive and you're navigating family dinners or those familiar, slightly awkward conversations, don't underestimate the power of being well dressed. It's not vanity. It's psychology. Imagine walking into every event this season, calm, confident, collected. That's what a Christmas capsule wardrobe gives you. It's your invisible advantage. Your outfit becomes your anchor. It reminds your brain who's in charge, and that's you. You see, the thing is that confidence isn't something you're born with, as I know well, and you may also know this very well. Confidence isn't necessarily something that is innate. Of course, some people are naturally confident. They come into this world bouncing around, full of life and vim and vigour. But for many of us, confidence is something that we have to grow into, that we have to learn how to adopt the posture and the stance and the psychology and the brain space of confidence. But confidence is something that you can dress into. And that's what we'll be exploring in the Capsule Wardrobe workshop. Confidence is something that you can dress into, and that is something that we will be exploring in the Christmas Capsule workshop. So, amazing women, that is what I have for you today. And I hope that it started some thoughts in your head about how you would like to dress this Christmas, how you'd like to show up for yourself, how you would like to portray yourself, but also not only on the outside, but how you would like to cope with this Christmas season, this holiday season, this busy time of year, how you want to feel on the outside, and how you could use your clothes to help you maintain status quo when things are quite stressful, or help you really engage with the joy of the season when everyone's having a lovely time and you want to join in and have a lovely time with them. So do think on that, because these things, I know they sound so simple, don't they, that your clothes can really affect how you feel. But we know that if you're a bit down in the dumps and you brush your hair and put on a lovely outfit, you'll feel so much better. That we can really use clothes as a really powerful psychological tool. I think this is really important for us as women. So the doors to the Winter Capsule workshop open soon, and I'll let you know. Obviously, if you're in the Chic Authority, then I will let you know via the newsletter, and otherwise I will let you know here on the podcast. And I'd be delighted if you came and joined me. We're just doing the finishing touches now, and we'll probably run it over 3 sessions, unless I change it. Well, I'm trying to make it so that it's really efficient for you to come along and really get value out of it, but also that it's long enough that you want to stay and just really enjoy it and be able to spend that time just really enjoying it and thinking about it, thinking through things for yourself and how it would apply to you, and how we can help you create that Christmas capsule wardrobe for yourself. So listen out here, tune in here. So I hope wherever you are that you have a great week, a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you here same time, same place next week. Bye for now.